reports concerning the 2023 presidential election, Nigerian youth send strong warning to the judiciary. We must get to the end of this case. If you do anyhow, you go collect woto. Even your family members join. We have to be very careful with this case. We are watching. Nigerian youth send strong message to judges. Executive summary: the EU Election Observation Mission final report on January elections in Nigeria, 25th February and 18th March 2023 shows that Nigeria electoral body actually failed Nigerians. The 2023 general elections did not ensure a well-run, transparent, according to the EU report, and inclusive democratic process as assured by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The public confidence and trust in INEC were severely damaged during the presidential poll and was not restored in state-level elections, leading civil society to call for an independent audit of the entire process. The pre-poll environment was volatile and challenging, affected by economic crisis. The fundamental freedoms of assembly and movement were broadly respected, yet the full enjoyment of the later was impeded by insecurity in some parts of the country, abuse of incumbency by various political office holders, distorted the playing field, and widespread vote buying detracted from an appropriate conduct of the elections. Incidents of organized violence shortly before and on election days in several states created an environment deterring voters' participation. Media raised voters' awareness, fact checks stood up against disinformation, and civil society demanded INEC's accountability. The overall outcome of the polls attests to the continued unrepresentation of marginalized groups in political life. Positively, the candidates and parties disputing outcome took their complaints to the court, although the number of such cases was extensive. The electoral legal framework lays on adequate foundation for the conduct of the democratic elections, with key regional and international standards being ratified. However, gaps and ambiguities in national law unable to not safeguard transparency, while also allow undue restrictions to the right to stand and to vote. Fundamental freedoms of assembly, association, and expression, while constitutionally guaranteed, were not always well protected. The widely welcomed Electoral Outcome 2022 to the 2022 Act introduced measures aimed at building stakeholder trust. However, the Act first test in a general election revealed crucial gaps in terms of INEC's accountability and transparency, proved to be insufficiently elaborated, and lacked clear provisions for a timely and efficient implementation. Weak points include a lack of INEC independent structure and capabilities to enforce sanctions for electoral offenses and breaches of campaign rules. Furthermore, the presidential election of INEC The presidential selection of INEC leadership at federal and state level leaves the electoral institution vulnerable to the perception of partiality. Okay, guys, this was the summary of EU report. Meanwhile, Nigerian government don't reject the report. Tinubu rejects the EU mission's position on the 2023 election cause report called it jaundiced, poorly done desk job. The EU mission stated that the presidential selection of the leadership of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) leaves the electoral body vulnerable to the perception of partiality. And with all these, INEC and APC, they are still saying that the election was the best in the history of Nigeria. You understand? And the matter, it will come, they make you look like, are you sure these people, they actually witnessed what happened during that election? Because it's really very funny. It's really very funny that all that happened, all that happened, Nigeria government says they want to retaliate that the 2023 general election, most especially the presidential election won by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the All Progressive Congress, were credible, peaceful, free, fair, and the best organized general elections in the history of Nigeria since 1999. Okay, see where the matter dey now. So Nigerian youths have sent strong message to Nigerian judges. Now you can now understand what we have been saying. Now the ball is in your court. You have to do the needful. All we are asking for is give us just verdict. They told them, they say if una do anyhow, una go collect woto. Even your family member, they will not be left behind. So with this, these people will now understand that Nigerians are really very serious with this. You know, for a time in someone's life, a time will come, you have to stand for the truth and do the needful. All these things are really very, very important. Well, I'm dropping it here. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.